is saying that to be consensus, to be direct or indirect or consensus, not as the parties wish. Okay, so they are still within the confines, of those three methods. Not as the party wish. It has to be either this, direct or indirect or consensus. And of course, if you were there, you would have seen that it took some time to do some little corrections. Particularly about indirect. With direct, you need to have the activity that day in different locations. But with delegates coming, which is indirect, you will need them to come to one location. So that was what was corrected. Of course, it amounted to having indirect in different locations.
So whatever we do on the floor of the Senate is based on what majority of Nigerians are talking about. So whatever we have done there, it's not just by sticking to only one mode of primaries. Direct, indirect, or consensus. Give the political parties an opportunity to do things in their own way. That is what democracy is all about. To now box everybody to one corner is not good enough. And that is what informed the decision of the Senate to now change it from direct only to direct, indirect, and consensus. Of course, you have been following the procedure in the National Assembly. Lawmaking is, there are two chambers. If there's any little disagreement, then there's going to be a conference, and the conference will resolve it.
Well, first of all, we expect to have one same bill from both the two chambers. And if there are any differences, it means that harmonization committee will now have to sit and reconcile those differences. There is no way one bill will go out of the National Assembly from two different chambers. We have to all agree and then pass the bill to the President for signature. Well, actually, we have made a lot of progress. We looked at the areas of observations raised by the President, and we agreed that we need to be more democratic. They were saying we are not democratic because we didn't give party a choice. We will stick ourselves to direct primaries alone. But now that we have given the party a choice, the Senate gave them all the three options, either direct or indirect, or even consensus. But the guideline, the consensus candidate has been agreed, then we may have to has to be confirmed by the members of the party. What I'm saying, the observation has been raised that when you are doing a presidential election, the election should be held at one center, either in Abuja or any state of the party's choice. So therefore, we go by the same trend we had in the old, in the Electoral Act that we passed before. We are going by that, but this amendment will not affect that. The Board of Proceedings tomorrow will come out and be clearly mention how the Senate stands. It's the same Section 87. The problem is that when we did that act, the current bill, the numbering was affected because of the number of the clauses. So Section 87 now became Section 84 in the new bill. But the same Section 87, there is no difference. We hope and pray that by Friday we should be done, or early next week. Well, first of all, everything is democratic. I believe people went home and reasons were brought up that we should not box the party in one choice only, and people tend to rescind their decision. And that's really what really happens. Some people really say, okay, be that the case, let us not be having problems with our parties, with the government and everybody. Let us put even the indirect primaries and the direct primaries, and then also the consensus. So whatever happens at the end of the day, the party will not blame the National Assembly for making a law that is difficult for them.